you can carry on with the same, or we'll join you if you want to ask us questions. We will participate.
Okay, sure, sure. Can you tell me more about so which batch and like who I am talking to in the audience? Hello.
So this is MBA 1 and mix of MBA 2 batch, and some people are campus ambassadors as well.
Okay, got it, got it. Sure, I'll take it forward. I'll take it forward from here. I'll introduce myself. Hey everyone, how is everyone doing? It's good to see you. And so I am Neeraj Khandelwal. I'm a co-founder at CoinDCX. And CoinDCX, I don't know how many of you have heard, but can you write in chat who have heard of or know about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies? Any who or tell me, in fact, who does not know about that? Who does not know about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies? So CoinDCX is a cryptocurrency platform. It's a cryptocurrency buying and selling platform where you can create account and interact with blockchains, buy, sell cryptocurrencies, and yeah, now I can see the chat. Great, great, great. Well, everyone knows about cryptocurrencies. So it's based on blockchain technology and Bitcoin, and there are hundreds and thousands of cryptocurrencies on CoinDCX. People can create accounts, buy, sell, invest in cryptocurrencies, as well as take participation in the blockchain technology, which is a very beautiful emerging internet-based technology that we are seeing. So today I will cover a few things on my journey, in during the startup that we have in last 3.5 years I have pursued personally. So here it goes. I belong to Jaipur, Rajasthan. Who is from Rajasthan? Anyone else from Rajasthan? Well, no one. But I have lived in Maharashtra, Mumbai. Most of the time I did my graduation from IIT Bombay in 2012 from electrical engineering. So I'm an engineer. And who is an engineer? Don't tell me there are no engineers.
There are many.
Many, of course.
So they've raised their hands.
Oh,
We
I
have a
can
lot of
see
engineers in our batch.
looks like all are engineers. But yeah, great. So I did my engineering from Bombay in 2012, and post that, I went to join my father's business in Jaipur, and I was also preparing for UPSC civil services. But then came back, cancelled all that, and in 2015 I came to Mumbai with an objective to start a startup, to begin my entrepreneurial journey in 2015. And so for 2-3 years, first things first, you need money to start up. You need some money to start any startup, right? So for 2 years I did a job, saved some money, did some freelancing, saved some money, and then in 2017 I wanted to go and build a cryptocurrency exchange, go into a blockchain space, which is being an engineer, it was easier for me to understand things about blockchain and the technology, right? So I wanted to build a company in 2017, and it was on cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. Now, 2017, end of 2017, we started working on the platform, the cryptocurrency platform, the exchange. And now here's the thing. that was the bull run in crypto. Bitcoin touched all-time high, $19,000. It was like prices were crazy, and there were 100 startups in India who wanted to build the cryptocurrency exchange. Everybody was running after it, and our friends told that it might not be the best idea because there are hundreds of companies, well-funded companies, right? And all are way ahead in the race. People have developed the platform. They are already, marketing it to the public. So, and that was, so we thought that we'll nevertheless continue with the idea, right? We'll continue and see kya hota hai, and we wanted to be long run into the crypto. So we nevertheless went ahead, and I asked a couple of my previous colleagues, colleagues from my previous companies, 2 years I did the job, to join us and work alongside us to develop the platform and run the startup. So but then there was a problem. The colleague said that I can work, but I have a family to run, so I will need a lot of money. Also I will need salary, right? And we didn't have any revenue. We did not have any revenue at that point in time because there was no platform to begin with. So we were looking for like 4 or 5 people to join us and work with us because the race was fast. People were going after it like crazy across India, and we were still in the planning phase. So seemed like a very impossible thing to do. But then because we had saved money in the last 2 years, some of it, right, and also did some freelancing, we had around 8 to 10 lakh. Me and my co-founder Sumit, we had in collective 8 to 10 lakh each, and we that was like a life savior. If we did not have that money, we could not have convinced other people to join us because everybody has at the end of the day some kind of responsibilities, right? So we used initial 3 months. We sat in my flat. It was in Mumbai, Chandivali area, in Powai. So we developed the platform. 15-16 hours working on it, on our laptops, building the technology where people can register, buy, sell crypto, connecting it with the blockchains, the distributed ledger, and which was very very interesting, very interesting thing to do. So we did it for 3 months. Now we had the platform. Okay, now we 5 people, we were buying crypto like daily, right, on that platform. So we were happy in a way.
So
But then
apologies for interrupting, but I have a question here for you. Why did you guys choose specifically crypto when it was not even popular back then in 2017 or 2018?
well, you choose something when it's not popular, that's for sure, right? When it's popular, it's very difficult. But that's not the reason why we chose crypto. We chose crypto because here's the thing: internet is information technology, right? It's sending of information from point A to point B on internet, right? That's what internet is. You send some information from point A to point B, be it from my WhatsApp to your WhatsApp, or be it from the video is an information which I'm sending to you guys, right? So it's an information technology. Now crypto adds another layer on top of it. Crypto adds another layer. Apart from the information, you can also send value on internet from point A to point B, from my address to your address on internet. Now that I believe is a very it's like upgradation of internet, next level of internet itself, right? So this is the core fundamental value that crypto, I believe, is very powerful. So we wanted to build something in crypto, and India is very well placed for leading this crypto and blockchain revolution, right? We wanted India to be at the forefront of this new emerging industry. Like we didn't want India to be behind, so we worked heavily, and that's why we never went outside. We were here in India, building for India, with the help of fellow Indians. So that was another objective. We knew that crypto is growing very rapidly across the globe in other countries, and they are advancing very fast, right? So we didn't want India to be behind. That was one of the main reasons.
Thank you so much, sir. I really like your vision of building India.
Great. So I'll continue with the journey. Just hold on for a second. All right. So we had the platform ready. We five were buying and selling, but we didn't have any customer. We had zero customer on the platform. Now it does not matter whatever you build. Someone has to use it. Someone has to pay for it, right? And that is when money again was very useful for us. Money. It was otherwise, like, we asked our friends and family. There were 20 people. Okay, they joined the platform. We wanted 50 million people. If India was to grow, and India was to develop in terms of cryptocurrencies, at least 50 million people should be invested in crypto. That's what we believed. And we had just 20 people from friends and families. So we went to the drawing room, right? And it was clear that we needed funding. We needed fundraising, because you get more customers when you invest in brand, when you do advertisement, when you do some kind of PR exercise. Everything requires a lot of money to be invested, right? So we raised, we went to angel investors, etc., and we wanted to raise some funds, and everything was going very well. People also, they were sold with the idea. People liked our beautiful platform that we built. It was fantastic. Even we loved it so much. So investors were about to put in money, but Reserve Bank of India, came and said that, okay, crypto is banned. Banks in India, like our public banks, cannot support cryptocurrency exchanges, right? So no, we were in it for like 6 months. We were working hard and we believed in the long term, but then this was like a major setback for us. And a lot of investors backed out. They because it's banned, so why should they put in money, right? That was again a very challenging situation. So what we thought, we we knew it's not going to be solved so soon, and we didn't want to leave this industry either, because in the long run we started with India, 50 million people and so much big dreams, and then one setback comes. We didn't want to let go, so we continued on the journey, and for next 2 years we saved a lot of money. We were very lean team, like 20 people, 25 people. For 2 years we didn't we didn't advertise. We grew slowly. We continued to work on the product, finding out ways to generate some revenue. Okay, Reserve Bank of India said that banks cannot interact with cryptocurrency exchanges, so we asked people to just deposit crypto. People who owned crypto, they can still deposit crypto directly, right? So all that hacks were found, and we continue to generate some revenue, in the 2 years. Very small, and we are a very small player, some revenue, and we use that, as well as some funding that we raised, very calculatively managing it, because we had to run for indefinite amount of time. No one knows when it gets resolved, when Reserve Bank of India lifts the ban, right? No one knows that. So that was a time where financial planning actually helped us survive. Now I'll tell you the result of that. What happened, after that? Something interesting happened. For next 2 years, we were running silently. And then in March 2020, Supreme Court of India lifted the ban. Supreme Court of India lifted the ban put on by Reserve Bank. And they said, okay, cryptocurrency exchanges can now function, can now run, can have bank accounts, can onboard customers, can do everything, right? The good part, in the last 2 years of financial planning, I told you there were hundreds of companies trying to build the cryptocurrency exchanges. They were far ahead in the race. Now, either due to lack of financial planning or lack of motivation, positivity, everyone backed out. All the platforms were closed. When Supreme Court came out with this judgment, only CoinDCX and a handful of 2 or 3 platforms, were surviving. Just 2 or 3 platforms. Everybody else, all the hundreds of platforms, either they had gone bankrupt or they were not willing to proceed for some reason. Because people were also saying that you will get some jail and etc. Like all the media mein pura hype chalta rehta hai, so all that. So we survived that, and it was very helpful because now we had whole India in front of us, and just 2 or 3 companies, in the space. We were at a very good position. We quickly raised some money, from investors, and did a lot of marketing in next 1 year. You must have seen quite a lot of ads in IPL, etc. And even otherwise, right? In Big Boss, for example, CoinDCX was one of the promoters. So we did heavy expenditure and onboarded today. In fact, today is the day when we have touched 10 million users mark. So we have 10 million users today, which is 1 crore investors on the platform, right? So you would see that what a journey. I mean, what a journey, and at so many different places, at so many different junctions, financial planning was so important. We would have died long ago, if we didn't do our proper budgeting and understand how much to invest where, how much to spend where, where to save money, and when to do marketing, and how much to invest in marketing, right? Calculating your customer acquisition costs, understanding for how much money are you acquiring one single customer, and then if you have a target of 50 million customers, what will it take, where will that money come from, right? So all these calculations are so important for a startup, and it's very clear from our own. Like I consider financial planning very important, right? But then this is not it, frankly. Okay, you have financial planning set, you've planned everything, you have a lot of money and everything, right? But then what? If sometimes that might not be enough. You need to go beyond. Now coming back to when you are doing a startup and you are on an entrepreneurial journey, from my experience, what I have learned is you will face a lot of challenges, not just in terms of finance, a lot of challenges which are not even in your control. RBI putting a ban, right? Supreme Court lifting the ban, and then government bringing a bill for 10-year jail for participating in crypto industry, right? And at the same time, family saying, "अरे क्या कर रहा है यार, jail वेल हो जाएगी, छोड़ भाई, ये मत करे, कुछ और कर ले," right? Family saying that, or friends and family. So a lot of times you face a lot of challenges, and the one thing which keeps you going is that positivity, which means you are positive कि यार अच्छा होगा, hopeful कि होगा अच्छा, will continue to work, and if things go right, then we'll be able to crack it. वो बहुत important है. जो 100 startups, all those 100 startups who were working on crypto, we survived just because of positivity and hope, right? 98 lost the hope somewhere, so they didn't proceed. That was the only difference, actually, apart from financial planning. So I think in startups, when we struggle, having positive attitude and hope for ourselves is so much important, is so critical, and everybody should have possess that. So that was my story in the nutshell. I have not gone into details, but love to go into details, or anything that you want me to cover, would be happy. Any questions, etc.
So I have a question from you, since first Feb is coming up and there will be a budget. So what do you think will be there in the kitty of budget for the crypto? Since you mentioned a lot about RBI and Supreme Court.
Sure. See, no one knows. First of all, no one knows what will come in the budget. You come to know when it's out, right? My expectation, I can tell you, some clarity on taxation is due, and the government is also very active. They are trying to understand the asset class and the technology better these days. Even CoinDCX has been interacting with the government through various channels, and we have been working with the government to frame guidelines and to educate regulators as well as public. But then expectation is clarity on taxes, and as well as some clarity on how to treat this, whether like capital, with capital gains, whether it's like gold, it's like equities, some kind of definition could also be I expect that to be clear in the budget. Great.
Okay, sir. Sir, I have another question as well. Since there are so many crypto exchanges right now, do you think India has enough bandwidth right now to have so many, or will there be consolidation, which we may see in coming next few years?
So consolidation, of course, can always happen. There are so many exchanges, but crypto is not just about exchange. Crypto is much more than that. Exchange is just an entry point, like a bank in crypto. But then there are so many things. You must have heard of NFTs, non-fungible tokens, right? You must have heard of decentralized finance, DeFi. You must have heard of, then there are a lot of things in crypto. Remittances, for example. Crypto can solve India's remittance problem. So, when people send money from outside India to India, India pays a lot of commission to the middlemen. Multiple banks are involved in between, be it investment bank, public. So we pay a lot of money, and that's our money. Crypto can remove that cost. To give you an idea, we pay roughly 8 to 10 billion every year, to that, which is 50,000, more than like 70, 80,000 crores just for the fees for remittance. That's a lot. So crypto can solve these problems, because remember what I said, crypto makes it easy for value to be transferred from point A to point B, right? That's the core value of crypto. So using crypto, we can solve so many problems, be it in remittances, be it NFTs can solve creator economy problem, right? You see a lot of Instagram videos, but the creators of those videos don't get the rewards. Even if you have 1 million likes, you don't get those rewards. Crypto can solve even those kind of problems. So it's not about just exchange. It's a much larger economy, much bigger concept, which in the coming years will be very critical and integral part of our lives.
Thank you so much, sir. We have another question.
Sure.
Sir, thank you for the session. Sir, I wanted to ask, first I heard about CoinDCX in my life from the Ranveer show, when Mr. Sumit Gupta, the CEO of CoinDCX, actually interacted with Ranveer in the Beer Biceps, it's called the YouTube channel. So from that, I got motivated and I actually installed. I used to know about crypto earlier, but I installed that app. Then
Okay.
I tried to do my due diligence, because there were other markets, other apps were there, like WazirX and other competitors. So I wanted to know, then again, I thought about which app is better, in standing apart. So in terms of as youth and this generation is actually wanting to invest, so how CoinDCX is going to stand apart and attract the market in from us and be very, very unique and stand out like Zerodha, what they had did. So
Got it. That's a good question, Sudipto. Thank you so much for asking that. I'll not talk about which app you should choose. Of course, you should choose CoinDCX. But to give you a brief, what we are doing at CoinDCX, right? What we want to achieve, and our objective is India, should be at the forefront of this revolution. We should win globally, not just in India, but globally. We should lead the development in crypto and blockchain technology. It's very important. We have such a large software developer base. We have such a large tech-savvy population, 700 million smartphones, right? That's too much penetration of internet and technology. So India is very well placed. Now, what India lacks? India lacks crypto and blockchain education. We are not aware, what potential it has. Of course, probably all of us here are aware because we are, studying, and we see the news, etc. But if you talk about India, a lot of people are not even aware. That's why they were going to ban it, right? Because that's why, and then a lot of people supported that, right? So I think it's very important that India should first understand the potential of the industry, or the potential of the crypto and the technology, right? How much economic efficiency it can bring, how much revenue it can bring for the government, how much I would say value addition it can do for us as a human, right? In terms of saving cost, saving time, and so much. So that's our objective. That's why we launched a platform called DCX Learn, where we have hosted so many courses, blogs, content on learning, and then we do activities from time to time. So that's our plan, and our objective is to get as many people on board and make crypto very accessible. People should think about crypto, and they should be able to easily take participation in it. That's very important, and we want to make that happen, right? That's what our objective is, and it's been 3 years. I'm loving the journey, but then it will take 5 to 10 years for us, for CoinDCX to make a dent.
So another question, like in terms of the grassroots level reach, other competitors like CoinSwitch also does campaigns like and advertisements like I saw like Ranveer Singh doing Kuch To Badlega type. So it's like investing 10 rupees or 100 rupees also, just and motivating those sector, like those people, grassroots level people. So how's your take on like counteracting the competition market, or standing in terms of like the market competencies and advertisement?
That's a lot of times it's multiple factors are there. A lot of times it's a matter of money. A lot of times, everybody can be creative, of course, and if you want to reach mass scale, money plays a very important role. How much you're spending, and it's a direct proportion. That's the fact. Unfortunately, when you want to create a brand at India level, when you want to create awareness at India level, you require some money which you can raise from the market. Of course, that's one. Secondly, in terms of the competitors, what there are a couple of things. Our value proposition, we are very clear on the value proposition, that what we want to do. You see our CoinDCX app, it's built for, even if somebody has never traded in equities, even if you have never invested in stock. Even my mother uses the app. Anybody who uses Paytm can use our CoinDCX app. We have built it that simple. Now, because that aligns with our objective, and that's the value that we want to give. Everybody should be able to access crypto. So we are very clear on the value that we provide. And you in the competition, that stands apart. And that's very critical. Now, for pro traders, for professional, and who want to do a lot of order books, charts, technical analysis, and all that, for them we have built separate platform, right? So I think understanding the customers, all of that is very critical and core to our journey as well.
Thank you,
So
sir.
with this, I have a question for you. Like as you just said, that it is important for people to know in India how to invest in crypto, how easy it is, and how much returns crypto gives. Do you think it is easier for people in India to invest in crypto than stocks? Like, what is the learning curve for a country like us?
In stocks, can you repeat your question, Shreya?
So I was asking, do you think it is easier for people in India to invest in crypto rather than stocks? And what is the learning curve they have in our country, since it's very difficult sometimes to change people's perceptions and the things they have been believing in for years. Like until now as well, our families, they believe in investing in gold and real estate rather than stocks and crypto. So what do you think is the learning curve for the same?
Well, I mean, people who, it's a matter of risk. It's a matter of risk. See, experience wise, you can make buying and selling of stocks as easy. But then people who have been traditionally investing in stocks, especially people who are, say, beyond a certain age, or people who are risk averse, they tend to consider crypto too volatile for them to invest, right? Too volatile for them. But you see young generation, crypto, like out of 10 million people, there is a survey also, maximum of our user base is uh, 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 is is from 25 to 35 bucket age group, right? And they are interestingly, a lot of them are people who have never invested in stock, never ever invested in stock, right? By some estimates, almost 40 to 50% of the people were invested in crypto. They first invested ever in crypto only, never went to stocks at the first place, right? Because the newer generation, right, they have both the options, stock, crypto. Now they choose crypto, right? They choose crypto over stocks. That's the fact about the new generation.
Okay, sir. So next, Faraz, you can go ahead.
Good evening, sir.
Hi, Faraz.
Hello, sir. Sir, I have two questions for you. Could you throw some insight on how a particular coin is listed on a platform such as CoinDCX? Also, sir, my next question is that I have been trading like cryptos for a while now, and one thing what I have noticed in the platforms such as Femex, CoinSwitch, Kuber, WazirX, one peculiar thing is that when we try to make a UPI transactions, most of the time either it is disabled or we face a lot of problems. So why this particular thing happens in India?
Well, RBI put a banking ban earlier, 2 years ago, 3 years ago almost, right? Supreme Court lifted it, but then there are a lot of banks have still not figured out the best way to deal with crypto, right? I mean, adding a payment gateway, that's so easy for us. It's like 1 hour job. We have a large team, so that's not a problem. The problem is with the collaboration with the banking industry. That still remains a challenge, and we're trying to solve that. That's the major problem. So that's why it's across the board, not just at CoinDCX. INR deposits and withdrawals are a little, little problematic. But that said, there are so many options that we have added. You can do standard bank deposit, which is flawless. Which NEFT, IMPS, RTGS, all of that works very flawlessly. And then there are other, from time to time we add UPI also. So it's been up and running. But then as more regulatory clarity comes, more clarity from the government side comes, you will be able to deposit more easily, because then we'll have clear-cut idea how to integrate with banks and what kind of contracts we need to prepare, etc.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I would like to ask you about the first question that I asked. That was regarding how a particular coin is listed on our platform.
That's a very complex process. And if I were to go and tell about that, it would take a lot of time. But in short, crypto, we integrate with the blockchain of that token. Technical integration happens, and the CoinDCX platform integrates with the blockchain ledger, distributed ledger, right? That's like the first step. And then depositing tokens on the platform, starting market making, and incentivizing the market makers to trade on the token, and then letting users know about the token listing. Right now that's after we have finalized the token. The first step is actually to see what tokens we want to list. We have a 7M framework that we follow, where we see 7 parameters. The longevity of the token, kab se chal raha hai wo, uski kya value proposition hai, right? Team kaisi hai, team kahan hai, and all of that, all the legitimacy that we check, and then we decide. And then there's a lot of process that goes into listing a token. I hope that answers your question in short.
Yes, sir, that's work. Thank you, sir.
Great.
Santosh, you can go ahead with the question.
Hello, sir. Thank you for the amazing session. My two questions for you is first one is considering your experience in the cryptocurrency. For any crypto enthusiast who is new in the market, so what's your advice to about how to select any cryptocurrency considering its high volatility? Like what should be the basic criteria? And second thing is, I have observed that if any cryptocurrency is getting launched in the market, so for two to three cryptocurrencies, I've observed that it gives good returns in the initial phase. So what's the reason behind?
So how to invest and what token to choose? It's if you know, like if that was easy, then everybody would have been a millionaire. So but then there are some basic principles which we can follow. The first one being seeing the long-term potential of the token. Long-term mein kya, understanding what it does. Like what is the significance of token? Why will it survive? Why will it run? Is it a Ponzi or not? Okay. If you are investing via an exchange like CoinDCX, then you can be assured that it's not a Ponzi because we do all the due diligence, right? But then if you want to see how do you make a decision, then it's very important to understand long-term potential of the token, right? Short-term volatility there are so many factors. US has pulled back the money, the liquidity via liquidity, by increasing the interest rates. The US dollar is costly, so Bitcoin also falls because and all the cryptocurrency fall because the liquidity gets pulled out. So these are external factors which you can never even control. So volatility has so many causes, and a lot of times nothing to do with how you choose your token. Everything can fall and rise, based on uncontrollable factors. What's under your control is believing analyzing from a long-term perspective which token to invest. Looking at the team, kitni popularity hai, adoption kitna hai token ka, how many users are on this token, or what is the use case of the token. What about the blockchain itself? Is it a layer 1 solution? Is it a layer 2 blockchain solution? Like understanding that fundamentals of the token. Then you make a decision, okay, after 5 years, it will be there, and it will be, because 99% of the cryptocurrencies will vanish. There are 10,000 cryptocurrencies, but that's not going to be the case in the future. So we have to make our bets on the projects, which we feel will survive in the long run. They have value proposition. They are going to be actually useful for the industry, for the people. I think that's very critical. And it's not very difficult also, this part. And is staying invested in the long run. Don't be afraid of the short-term volatility, because in the short term, it's very volatile. You will end up buying at the peak and selling at the, when it falls down. A lot of FOMO happens. So don't fall for that. Do your own research and think long-term. That's what I would suggest.
Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Abhishek, you can go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Thank you for the session. I wanted to know, what do you think is the reskilling needed within the fintech or blockchain industry to reach the high growth industries such as banking, retail, or digital payments?
Sorry, Abhishek, can you please repeat your question?
Yes, sir. So I wanted to know, what do you think is the reskilling needed within the fintech or blockchain industry so that it can reach the high potential, high growth industries such as banking and retail or the digital payments?
Reskilling is needed or not of the workforce?
Sir, yeah, sure.
That's what your question is. Reskilling of the workforce is required or not?
Yes, sir.
See, it's a software. Blockchain is software. At the end of the day, it's a software revolution, right? And software, like, I don't think you need a lot of completely overhauling what people know, right? The software industry can pick it up. I was from a software background, so I was able to pick it up, the blockchain, the crypto technology. So anybody who is who is from who can understand software. Even otherwise, but companies like CoinDCX, we have marketing team, large marketing team, very large marketing. We have operations team, we have software team, we have product team, and we have legal team, we have policy team, and then there are we have quant team, right? For that matter, we have so many different teams, right? So running a crypto company or a blockchain company, even if you want to disrupt banking tomorrow, or something like that, the professions that we have today are enough. You don't need to completely reskill the workforce. That would be too dangerous or big.
Right, sir. Thank you.
Right.
Ankit, you can go ahead with your question.
Thank you for the session, sir. So my question is regarding the underlying assets. Like if we look at the stocks or the shares, the underlying assets can be the company's profit or the earnings, the revenue, or the business. So what's the basic, how we trade, like what are the basics of the underlying assets of a cryptocurrency? Because if we look at the Bitcoin, it don't have an intrinsic value. There is no backed up by anything. They are solely dependent on the external environment. As we have shown that as Elon Musk announced that we are not expecting crypto, it falls like 200% something. And being a technical analysis of a only person who does a technical analysis, we see the chart and patterns, the uptrend, downtrend. But if you look on the chart of cryptocurrencies, it is like it is rising 38%, 40% rapidly within a night, and it's falling 200%. So it's kind of difficult. So is it something a basic study? Because I don't find anything like which we can trade on it.
Sure. So Ankit, thank you so much for asking this. Underlying value of crypto is one thing. I'll address the volatility part, right, first. So crypto markets are volatile because these are nascent in nature, very new, very new, right? Just 13 years when the Bitcoin was born, and Bitcoin got actually started trading in like 15, 16. So the markets are very new, and that's why there is a lot of volatility. When things are smaller, Bitcoin is still very small, right? In terms of adoption across the globe, there are only 150 million crypto users. 150 million, that's a big number, but still compared to the 8 billion population, it's very low. So it's still very small. Now, when it grows, it will become stable. That's the expected pattern. When more people get adopted, we reach $1 billion mark, which I think we'll reach in 3-4 years. It will be lesser volatile. Now, moving on to the next question about what was your next question?
It was basically if we look upon the chart,
the fundamentals.
What
the fundamentals? So see, crypto can be backed by anything. Fundamentally anything. I'll give you one example. There are tokens called stable coins. You must have heard of that, right? Stable coins. What are those? They're backed by US dollar or other currencies like US dollar for that matter, right? Those are cryptocurrencies. USDT, TUSD, USDC. There are so many cryptocurrencies backed by real dollar, in the backend. So crypto can be backed by anything you wish. So Bitcoin is not backed by anything. Bitcoin is not backed by anything in the physical world, right? But it's the index of crypto itself. It's like the index. It's like digital gold. What is gold backed by? Is gold backed by anything? Gold is not backed by anything, right? Gold is backed by trust of the people. Because everybody believes gold to be valuable, gold is valuable, right? If you see the use case of gold in the industrial or anywhere else, it's very little. No use case as such. It's a shiny metal, that's all. That's why people wear it, right? So it's just the trust in the asset, which gold is just all about, because everybody believes in that. So Bitcoin is same, because everybody believes in the technology, in the Bitcoin itself, right? In the long-term potential of the Bitcoin, holding it like a digital gold. That's why that's where Bitcoin gets its value from, and that's why it's volatile. When more and more people adopt it, when more and more people trust it, the volatile will be lesser and lesser, just like gold.
Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Beauty, you can go ahead with your question.
Thank you, Shreya. Good evening, sir. So my question is that the government is underway making legal framework for the cryptocurrencies. So according to you, what would be the ideal approach for the government for it? Do you still think that there might be ban on cryptocurrencies, as there was a chaos in the market recently that government might ban cryptocurrencies?
No ban, absolutely not. That's because we were talking to governments, and we earlier people were thinking about how to ban it. Now people are thinking about how to regulate it. That's the discussion that we are having, right? So a ban is out of the question. That's not a possibility. Now, ideal way would be to let it, flourish, resolving all the concerns of the government, the concerns of money laundering, terrorist financing, and all that, compliance challenges. If the industry is able to solve that, just let it run without any restrictions. That's the expected thing. Don't put any restrictions on top of it.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, I have one last question for you. Have you experienced a widening of your consumer base since the pandemic struck us, and people finding a lot of ways to invest, or a lot of new things to try on?
Pandemic has a great effect had a good effect, ironically. I mean, though it's bad in general, but for crypto specifically, even in stocks, Zerodha almost doubled its user base within 1 year, right? Of the pandemic. So huge growth even in stocks as well as crypto. CoinDCX, when people are sitting at home and you want to do something, you cannot go out. And here is an opportunity, great opportunity to also take participation in the new industry from your home, comfort of your home, right? As well as invest your money. Why not? I mean, it's a great idea. But then there are a lot of other factors due to which crypto has grown. US has recognized crypto in its bill for taxation. US plans $28 billion taxation from crypto in next 10 years. Right? And Japan has made it legal. Singapore has made it legal. All the countries have made it legal. And that's why a lot of people are getting into it. There's a bull run. We saw Bitcoin touching all-time high just 2 months, 3 months ago, a few months ago, right? So all that has, accelerated the adoption. And coupled with pandemic, pandemic has given people a lot of pain, but at the same time, a lot of free time, at home. So that has also added, really.
Yes, sir. Even I noticed that we saw a lot of advertisements on crypto lately on Hotstar, in a lot of for a lot of platforms actually, and that also had curiosity of everyone. Are the people who even uh, children of the house, like my brother, he started investing in crypto a few months back, and he's not that old. So I think pandemic has had a really good effect on investments, especially in crypto as well.
Right. Absolutely. Yes, pandemic had a great effect. But yeah, I mean, the good part is, like a few days ago, someone who was 12 years in age wanted to invest in crypto, and he did not have PAN card, so we could not onboard him. So you can imagine the level of excitement that people have. People who are 12-year-old have some pocket money, saved from not having ice creams, wanted to invest in crypto, which was funny and also exciting at the same time. So overall, very positive outlook of crypto in India.
Sir, out of the curiosity, you just said that 12-year-olds who have money, they've saved from not eating ice creams. Do you think CoinDCX is like, are you also working with colleges, schools to impart crypto trading lessons at such a young age?
Well, at such a young age, we don't. At school level, we don't. But at college level, we do. Because like for us, it makes more sense to target people who are more, better equipped to get into the industry. Especially one of our objectives is also to increase the workforce in crypto, right? People who are, because it's one thing to invest your money, and it's a different thing at a different level to invest your time. Time is more precious. So we want people to invest more time, and that's why we go to colleges, because people should choose crypto or emerging technologies like crypto, blockchain, artificial intelligence, and all this, to invest more time in such technologies and build careers here, because this is the future. That's why we go to colleges. Yes.
So, but then, like, I think our younger generation, they already know about the crypto and investments, and I think we are good to go. Our future is in safe hands with all the knowledge and everything our younger generation has. So with this, due to the paucity of time, we'll be wrapping up the session. And if there are any more questions, I will be emailing them to you and the team. I hope you had a wonderful time interacting with us.
Yes. I had a wonderful time. Everybody, so many people, so many guys asked me questions. I love that. I hope to meet everyone someday in person, right? And maybe come back sometimes. Yeah.
Sure, sir. So I'll be formally concluding the session. Thank you so much, sir. In my opinion, crypto and blockchain is a very trending industry today, and in future it will just grow only more and more. The way you just wonderfully told us about your journey and CoinDCX, how it started, and the way it is now going on, I'm sure we all got great learnings, and this session inspired us all a lot. And we are looking forward to host you in the campus in future, and I hope that is very, very, very soon.
Yeah. If you have good food, for sure.
Sure, sir. We'll take care of the same.
Just kidding. Yes, for sure. All right, guys. Bye. Have a great day.